what up, Splat? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Create this book. She's getting a little bit thick. And we're only on episode 32. Anyway, we are kicking off with Create an Inkblot. Now, just a warning, we're doing this a little different because I'm going to start this one and come back to it at the end because we got drying and situations that are happening. So, if you are subscribed, you would have seen Reckless Journal episode 13 where I made this, where I drew with glue. And I was impressed with how it turned out. But the Inkblot, I was thinking, could I do the same thing but flip it? So I have some more alcohol ink paper which is really squeaky and it sets my teeth on edge. I don't know what it is, I got it from a Scrawler box, same with the alcohol ink. So I was thinking if I create an ink blot, you know how they look like they're a folded sheet of paper and you're meant to see all that stuff, weirdness. I figured I'd do it, but it's a controlled ink blot because there's something that you're meant to see. But that's gonna be secret. Okay, so I've done it and repeated it on the other side. You can kind of see it on that side. So I now have the glue in my piping bag and I'm going to paint, or ice, everything outside of the lines so that the alcohol ink is inside the lines, so it's the picture, as where with the Reckless Journal I did it the other way. In theory, this should work. I'm not entirely sure whether it will or not, but can't hurt to try, right? I did learn from the first one not to do such thick areas because it took way too long to dry. So I am using a paintbrush just to fill in one of the little tiny gaps and have like an even coating rather than a thick area. So I'm just sort of using it to spread it out rather than paint with it. But painting with glue, like if I had more alcohol ink, I could fully get into this situation. It's very interesting. I loved how the Reckless Journal one turned out. Another reason I'm trying not to overfill is I don't want it seeping into the picture. Which I don't think it will because I lined it first and then left it for like 5 minutes just to sort of set just a little bit. But yeah, that's that. Now we've got to wait for this to dry, so I figured while we wait for this we'll get on to the other prompt and then come back to this. Okay, so that's drying. Let's get to the second prompt. And we're going to create a profession. Last time I did this, I created the pet ambulance. But I was informed that it already exists. And I now have seen it at our vets as well, so I believe you. So I'm creating a profession that I don't think exists. If it does, then I would be shocked. I'm creating like a comic book here. This took me so long to put together, but I absolutely love the ending of this piece. I don't know whether you'll be able to make out. I know I do lettering in a weird way, but I find if I mathematically work it out and be like, this is the center point, this is where this needs to be, then I need to write it backwards so that I can space it out properly. I don't want to tell you what it is until like I've drawn it a little bit. See if you can figure out what's going on. See if you can figure out how my mind works. Good luck. I'm hoping by now that you've picked up on the theme. So we have 3 scenes going on here. Oh, I had some difficulty drawing this one. All of this flowed smoothly, didn't have any issues. I was a little concerned about drawing this female character. But then this one, I couldn't figure it out. My brain was just... the legs are wrong and everything was just... I was in a situation. It takes me a good few attempts to get that one right. I think even off camera I still tweaked it. It frustrated me. Sometimes I get this way. My brain just can't compute what's happening. I think it's the crossed legs because they were backwards and the foot wasn't coming towards me. I couldn't figure out the direction and the height thing. I had some issues. But that feels a little better. There we go. The profession I have created is an anti-spamologist. And if you didn't figure out, it's a spin-off of Dexter's Laboratory. And we have Cray as Dexter, who is the mad scientist. Which, again, this stemmed from a conversation I was having with Emma Jenkins on Instagram. She had sent me some of her beautiful artwork and we were talking about it and we said Cray is a mad scientist or something like that. for the educational page. I think that's what it was. And then the mad scientist thing, it got in my head and it lingered, and then I got to this profession page and I was like, yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make him a mad scientist. And then this happened. And I know Dexter is technically not a mad scientist, but this is the Spam World spin-off. And we have, like I say, Cray is Dexter. And then we have Spam as Dee Dee. I had to. Especially considering, like, their relationship. Their love-hate relationship. I don't know why, but Spam as Dee Dee. I know she doesn't quite look like Spam because she's in that form, but we soon get to the pink and the green, so it slightly comes across. I think if I didn't say it was Spam, you would have figured it out once we hit the pink and green. But yeah, basically the setup here is Spam. Like, Cray is an anti-spamologist. He's trying to create a spray that repels spam. And yeah, these are all the attempts. As you can see across the bottom, I've put fail, fail, fail. All the experiments have failed. He's not doing very well. I absolutely love this. I was obsessed with it when I finished. It's like showing my partner like I was 2 years old. Look, 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 look what I drew, look what I drew. He puts up with a lot from me. Okay, so I'm going to create some backgrounds here. I'm going to try and keep laboratory themed thing. But here we go. I went with like a Dexter's Laboratory one as well. Just keeping it on theme. Experiment 72. Fail. Experiment 89. Fail. Experiment 99. Fail. I love the little to-do list. Stop spam. Invent spam repellent. Stop spam again. Because it keeps failing over and over and over and over. I love it so much. Like I say, if this already exists in the world, I need to meet this person. Our glue is dry, so let's go back to this prompt. Stop obsessing over the anti-spamologist. Focus. Our glue is dry now. So, in theory, this... I'm going to drop the alcohol ink all over this. And it should work. Now, I have a well-ventilated room. I have a mask on and all that jazz. The first time I did this, I think I actually got drunk from the fumes. Oh, Mr. Sunshine's come out. I'm just drip dropping everywhere. I don't know how to actually alcohol paint. I just drop and that's that. So let this dry and I will see you back at the desk. Haha! Here we go. What do you see? Take my mask off now. It's all dry. Now we get to peel. I got a little worried it was really thin and I couldn't find a starting point. I got a little scared that it had failed. have to say though, the Wreck This Journal one that I did was a lot more satisfying peeling it off than this one. Don't know why, but this one was just like, maybe it's because it was thinner glue, but the knife on the paper was setting my teeth on edge. It was like, eek! It's a little plain. But I guess ink blocks are blots. I keep calling it ink blocks. But here is our ink blot. I can change the colouring of my lights because with the white light it just looks, or the blue light, sorry, it just looks blue. But what do you see? Tell me what you see in this ink blot. Just making a point. Yeah, I'm in two minds about it. I like the idea, it's just too plain for me. There's too much white space. Too much. You just went past it, darling. I saw you. Where are you? Oh no, where's my laboratory? There it is. My profession. My anti-spamologist, which... You have to let me know what you think of that profession. And this whole laboratory spin-off. I had way too much fun with that one. My inner child came out. Oh, I love this one. Let me know what you think on the ink blot. What do you see? And our profession as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Your thoughts, your feelings, your comments. Isn't that all the same thing? Anyway, let me know. While you're down there, hit that old like button. It really helps the channel. Lets YouTube know that I'm good-ish. And hit that subscribe if you haven't already. You really don't want to miss any more of this madness that comes out. My brain is a magical, weird thing. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.